The Washington Commanders are making a statement. They're not waiting around. They're not playing it safe. They're going all in on Jayden Daniels. This is the exact strategy teams have used in the past to build contenders while their quarterback is still on a rookie contract. With the cost of elite quarterbacks skyrocketing, soon crossing $60 million per year, Washington knows this window is now or never. They have a young, electric playmaker in Daniels, and they're surrounding him with the talent he needs to succeed. Every move they've made this offseason proves they're serious about building a legit contender in the NFC. Washington isn't just adding depth, they're stacking this roster with proven veterans who can make an immediate impact. They've gone after elite protection, explosive weapons, and defensive anchors to fix the team's biggest weaknesses. The message is clear. They trust Jayden Daniels to be their franchise leader, and they're giving him everything necessary to thrive. In today's NFL, if you have a quarterback who can extend plays, make smart decisions, and handle pressure, you build around him before that rookie deal expires. The Commanders aren't waiting for the future. They're making their move right now. But even with a rising star at quarterback, no team succeeds without a strong offensive line. The Commanders understand that, and that's why they made a massive move to bring in Laremy Tunsil. He's not just another lineman, he's a game changer in pass protection, and Washington is betting on him to keep Daniels upright. Of course, there are concerns about his penalties and decline in play, but the upside is undeniable. If he plays at his peak, this offensive line instantly transforms, giving Daniels the time he needs to carve up defenses. Let's break down what Tunsil brings to the table and how this move impacts the Commanders' offense. But before we get into that, hit that like and subscribe button for more Commanders and all the NFL content in the offseason. Let's aim for 150 likes on this video. Protecting a young quarterback is the first priority for any team trying to build a championship roster. The Washington Commanders understood this and wasted no time securing Laremy Tunsil, a veteran left tackle with a reputation for locking down elite pass rushers. While Tunsil might not be at his absolute peak, he's still one of the top pass blockers in the league. His experience, size, and technique make him a crucial addition to an offensive line that struggled in previous seasons. Washington saw firsthand what happens when a quarterback is constantly under pressure, and they refused to let Jayden Daniels face that same fate. But this move isn't just about stopping sacks, it's about maximizing Daniels' strengths. He's a quarterback who thrives when given time to scan the field, make reads, and deliver deep, accurate throws. Tunsil's ability to hold his ground against premier edge rushers gives Daniels the confidence to step up in the pocket rather than constantly scrambling for survival. The offensive line wasn't completely broken last season, but it needed a serious upgrade. Washington took an aggressive approach, and bringing in a high-level veteran like Tunsil is exactly how you stabilize a young quarterback's development. However, protecting Daniels isn't just about adding talent, it's also about coaching and chemistry. A great offensive line isn't built overnight. It takes time for a unit to gel, for communication to sharpen, and for assignments to become second nature. The Commanders believe in their coaching staff, and with Tunsil anchoring the left side, they now have a foundation to build upon. A great quarterback needs reliable playmakers, and Washington wasn't going to leave Jayden Daniels without weapons. That's why they pulled the trigger on a blockbuster move, bringing in Deebo Samuel. He's not just another wide receiver, he's a versatile offensive threat who can line up anywhere and create instant mismatches. His ability to break tackles, extend plays, and contribute in multiple roles makes him a perfect fit in this offense. While some question whether he's still at his peak, the Commanders didn't bring him in to be a one-dimensional deep threat. They wanted a Swiss Army knife, a player who can be used in motion, in the slot, and even out of the backfield. With Terry McLaurin already leading the receiving corps, Samuel adds another dynamic element to Washington's offense. His physicality after the catch gives Daniels a reliable short-yardage target, someone who can turn quick throws into big gains. Defenses can't afford to stack the box against Washington's run game when Samuel is constantly moving pre-snap, creating mismatches all over the field. Even if his top-end speed isn't what it used to be, his football IQ and toughness make him a game-changer in key situations. Adding Samuel means the Commanders aren't just relying on deep shots. They're building an offense that can adapt and attack in multiple ways. A young quarterback's best friend isn't just a great offensive line, it's a dependable run game. The Commanders understand this, which is why they've reinforced their backfield with a mix of power and versatility. Austin Eckler is back, and while he may not be a traditional between-the-tackles bruiser, his ability as a receiving back makes him one of the most dangerous dual-threat weapons in the league. He's the kind of player who can turn a simple checkdown into a 20-yard gain, and his chemistry with quarterbacks has always been a major strength. He doesn't just provide another passing option, he forces defenses to account for him on every single play. On the other hand, Brian Robinson Jr. is the power runner Washington needs to control the tempo and wear down defenses. He averaged from space, Eckler can create explosive plays out of nothing. This kind of balance keeps defenses guessing and prevents Washington from being too one-dimensional. But even with a strengthened offense, winning football games still comes down to defense. Washington's front office knows this, and they didn't stop at improving their offense. They made sure their defense got stronger too. The Commanders' offense is getting stronger, but no team makes a deep playoff run without a dominant defense. Last season, Washington struggled to stop the run, and that weakness cost them in critical moments. Opponents were able to control the clock, wear down the defense, and dictate the pace of the game. That's why Washington made major changes to their defensive front, bringing in Javon Kinlaw, a disruptive force who can clog running lanes and create pressure up the middle. His 4.5 sacks and 2 forced fumbles last season prove that he's more than just a run stuffer. He's a lineman who can collapse the pocket and make life miserable for opposing quarterbacks. Stopping the run isn't just about having strong defensive tackles, it's about scheme and execution. Dan Quinn has always emphasized pass rush, but this season he's shifting focus to run defense as well. That's where Daron Payne and Johnny Newton come into play. Payne is a physical presence who can command double teams, while Newton is an up-and-coming lineman with the ability to disrupt plays before they even develop. The combination of these three gives Washington a stout interior line that can hold its ground against power-running teams. If they can consistently force third and long situations, it allows Quinn to unleash his aggressive blitz packages, something his defenses have been known for. A great defensive line needs strong leadership, and that's exactly why Washington also brought back Bobby Wagner. The veteran linebacker might be 34 years old, but his football IQ, leadership, and play recognition remain elite. He's the type of player who gets everyone in the right position and makes sure the defense stays disciplined. With Wagner leading the front seven, Washington isn't just looking to improve their run defense, they're aiming to completely change their identity. A strong pass rush means nothing if the secondary can't hold its ground. That's why the Commanders made another aggressive move, trading for Marshawn Lattimore, a veteran cornerback with Pro Bowl experience. When healthy, Lattimore is one of the best man-to-man defenders in the league. His ability to shadow top receivers and break up passes makes him a true number one corner, something Washington desperately needed. So now, the question is, how good do you think the Commanders will be this season? Will Jayden Daniels take the next step, or will defenses start figuring him out? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Is this the year the Commanders finally make their mark? If you enjoyed this breakdown, hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe for more deep dive NFL content. Stay tuned. This season is going to be crazy.